Good morning, Tito and fam. RSBE4XY. How are you, brother? How are you all? How is everything is going on? Let me know if everything is clear because this is the technical, like the electronics things sometimes doesn't work in the right way. And I'll keep talking and you will listen nothing. So please make sure that you can listen to me. Everything is perfect. The video is clear. Then we'll go to the price section. We'll talk about the weekly analysis a bit about everything else. Okay. First and foremost, let me know if everything is clear. Thank you, RS. Loud and clear. Thank you so much, brother. How was the trading, brother? Last week, how was the trading? And also, did you take any trade around the Asia or London session or 7 a.m. kill zone? Did you take any trade? Let me know the update. I would love to wait for some other people to join at first. Then we'll go for the price action. So right now is 8:46. We'll start talking about the price action from 8:50. So around 8:50. So 4 minutes, something like that. In the meantime, we'll just do the greetings. And as well as, please let me know who else is over here except RS. Is there anyone else? Please let me know that. Thank you so much to all of you for subscribing to our channel. Right now we have 911 subscriber, which is my date of birth actually. 911, 11th of September. Happy to see this number. 11,911 subscriber. Very near to touch 12,000 subscriber, I guess. Let's see if we can touch the 12,000 as well. And please let me know if anyone else is over here. Waiting time 3 more minutes. Geopolitical price action is really tough to explain, very tough to expect because normal price action, the way we read the price depending on the price only. But geopolitical price action is totally different where no, this is absolutely unpredictable. What is going to happen? Nobody knows that because this is one people's mind. Whatever he would love to do, he can do. He will predict that he's going to sleep now, but he is not going to sleep. He's actually going to take a now just gonna lie down on his bed. And when we are going to predict that he's going to take his dinner, actually he was going to manage the dinner or something like that. So it's very unpredictable to trade this market while geopolitical events are happening. Most importantly, the Middle East almost trade while price higher. All of this making this market so tough to trade. But still, we'll see if we can break down the price action. If we can break down the price action. Okay, I can see someone else is here. Edith, good morning, sir. How are you, Edith? Livingston, how are you, brother? Good morning. Thank you for being over here, man. Thank you so much, man. Just wanna wait 2 more minutes, brother. I hope you will show me the mercy to wait for other people to join. Just 2 more minutes, okay? Kanchiu, good morning, brother. You were with me yesterday while I was doing the weekly analysis. Tell me your honest opinion until now. Whatever I told, how the market is going to open, how it is going to trade, the levels I showed you, and then where the market will go. I believe that you know that. You already know that where the market is going for. Everything you know that. Just let me know, okay? Your true opinion, please, about yesterday's weekly analysis video. I really wanted that live yesterday because I touched 9,900 subscribers. So thought, let's do this all together. So give me your true opinion, brother. Jency, good morning, brother. How are you? Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Let me see if I am in a right account. LTF, yeah. In this account, I didn't take any trade, none of them. I will only take the entries around this morning session. So uh, around the AGS session, I took the entry to this account, not the other account, which was here. Break even, one loss for 10 handle, and then boom, something like that. I'll talk about that within a moment. But where I took the those entries over there. But this time I'll only go for this account. This is the funded account. It done what you tell it would, but more violent. Yeah, bit violent. It's true, brother. It's true. More violent. However, thank you so much for that feedback, Dancio. It's 8:50, so I would love to go to the price action right now from the beginning. Okay, not going to go for the weekly analysis because I have already done it yesterday. If any of you have missed that, go back and recheck that weekly analysis where we have already predicted what is going to happen next. We are predicted that this market is going to open below of the market close. So wherever the market has closed on Friday, market is going to open below here somewhere, and then it's going to trade either of this line, either the 30%, which is this is the weekly candle, okay, from NQM. This is the weekly candle, the last week candle, and we have divided this candle line, I mean, by the fib, and you can see here 20%, 30%. If any of you are interested about the levels, this is the levels I have marked for TGIF. You can just take a screenshot, or maybe you can come back later. You can do the same thing I have done over here for TGIF. So this is the 30% that has been traded, and then market started to go higher. I'm very happy. I told that before 9:30, if the market trade any of this line around 9:30 or after 9:30, I'm expecting some kind of expansion. It's not gonna be accumulation day. It's gonna be an expansion day. I was predicting like that way. Okay. However, I will talk about the geopolitical event a bit later, but let's talk about the price action at first. So this market perfectly traded the lower quadrant of this weekly TGIF line. I don't need to think about the TGIF anymore. So this thing is not important for me anymore. You can keep it on your chart because after 9:30 maybe it will be used as a support one more time. I just don't want to use this anymore. I would love to remove these things from my chart because I have a lot of lines over there. So I would love to go to the daily chart, and this is that gap from the daily chart. Yesterday I told that I want to see this gap to unfilled. So I really don't care how the market is going to trade over here. I also talked about the other market, for example, YM market. I told that in YM market it can do whatever it wants to do, but nobody should close below this constant engrossment. That was my expectation from this YM. Yes, whatever it is going to do, I don't care. Body has to close above this line, so it can't close below this line. So it opened here, so opening and closing is absolutely different. It opened here, it doesn't matter, but body didn't close inside this gap. That is, I'm happy, more than happy. Okay, so I would love to see it will keep going higher. Not by today the body is going to close inside this gap. It can't do that. If it do that, it's gonna be an highly, unpredictable market. If it actually do that by today, that means today's body, end of the day, body is going to close inside this gap. I think it's gonna be very difficult to weak. I don't wanna see that, to be honest. And here is the Nasdaq. In Nasdaq I told that it can do whatever it wants to do, but I just want to see some portion of this gap to open. So you can simply see that it just tap here and rejected from there, which is the TGIF 30% line, as well as this daily bullish fair value gap. And I want to see this will keep going higher for this buy side liquidity over here, which is my extreme buy side liquidity below the all-time high, which is here. This is the all-time high. I'm not interested about this all-time high right now. I'm more interested about this buy side liquidity around this area. This is that old bearish PDA, only bearish PDA, old bearish PDA that has been respected so many times. That's why I told you to keep it on your chart to observe this gap. It's a very important gap. That gap has been traded. Market send it lower, trade this bullish gap. Would love to see that this gap is going to be broken now, and market is going to clear this buy side liquidity. Not by today, by the whole week. Okay, so it's gonna happen by the whole week. At the same time, if I go to the dollar index, in dollar index I told that I'm more interested to see this sell side liquidity at first, but before following this sell side liquidity it can go higher to trade this volume imbalance. Go back, recheck. If you have any confusion, it is going to trade this volume imbalance, then it is going to take this sell side liquidity, it's going to trade this 50%. After that I have to wait to decide, is this dollar index going back to clear this buy side liquidity, or is it going to close below this 50%, and then it will keep falling to take this sell side liquidity. So from here to this red line, which is the 50% of this total range, the high that has cleared the buy side liquidity, the low that has cleared the sell side liquidity. So in this total range, this is the 50% area. First, I want to see this market to fall for this 50% area. Then we will see what is going to happen next. So it's not a matter, I mean, not a fact right now to think about what is going to happen after trading this line. For now, this line is important. So coming here back to this area, so this gap has been stopped the market, this bullish gap that has stopped the market. Let's see if it can keep going higher for this buy side liquidity, which is my daily target. Coming back to hourly chart. Now, please don't focus over here. I'll talk about that within a moment, but we'll see something a bit later. Okay, so let me actually remove them. Later, I'll add them. Where I actually took the entry, it will be important over there when I'll explain them. So I'm gonna remove these things as well over here. Okay. You can see here this high and that high. They're the clean high. I'm not using uh, MNQ. I'm not using NQ1. I'm not using anything else except the current contract, June contract. So this is the June contract. Good morning, Seth Hunter. Sorry, brother, I need to keep talking because like within 9:15, I wanna finish everything before 9:30 and 9:15. So here I am using NQM 2026, and if you come over here, this high and that high, they're the clean highs, which is the internal liquidity. Here was some internal liquidity, sell side liquidity. That was the external sell side liquidity around this area. Okay, see all of these lows. That was the external sell side liquidity around that area. My daily liquidity is over here. So this line you seeing buying buy side liquidity, that is the daily target. I really don't care about this buy side liquidity. All I care, can the market take these clean highs? Market never ever leave this type of clean things. Clean means if you come here around this candle and if you look over here around this area, okay, the H, you will see over here the H line. Okay, just a second. The H is 25394.50. So 94.50. Remember that 9450. Now if I come over here around this area, keep looking over here 9450. Just remember 9450. And the same candle over here, I think it's the same candle. Let me see one more time. Yeah, it's 93. Okay, not exactly clean highs, but I was thinking it is the clean highs. However, it seems like exactly clean highs, but one handle maybe, but seems like a very clean highs. Let me see actually why it's not clean highs. It seems like clean highs. Okay, there is a actually one handle and 52 tick gap, but still this look like very clean, very clean, very clean. If it was like clean tick by tick, that was the best thing, but it is not like that way. Just one handle and two tick gap, but still it look like a very clean highs over here around this area. Okay, so this high and that high, clean highs. Market should not leave this type of clean highs. So this market, I told that if I were the market maker, then I wouldn't take these highs over here. I would send the market lower to take this sell side liquidity at first. Why? Because people will start to believe that this is a very strong resistance and market is bearish. So when they will see it is falling, they will take the sell. They will chase the market, and then this market will start to go higher to clear these clean highs, and more importantly, this buy side liquidity, obviously. So right now you see this market gapped down. Why it fall from there? I will talk about that as well. Don't worry. The market gapped down, took this liquidity. This liquidity is already gone. So those people who think that this is a very strong support, they already got stopped out over here. And also this liquidity has been taken by a shallow run, which is still a sell side liquidity. Trade this specific gap from 15-minute chart, which is called the entry fair value gap, a very specific fair value gap, entry fair value gap. As well as you can see this candle doesn't have any wick. So this candle low doesn't have any kind of wick. This low just went a bit below of this low to make the wick for that candle, specific candle. No wick candle has now the wick over here. Now my interest to see, can this market keep going higher, take these clean highs, and more importantly this buy side liquidity. Market needed to fall to trade the TGIF, that's been done already. Market need to fall to clear this sell side liquidity, that's done already. Everything is done. All the market left is this buy side liquidity over here, and then finally this daily buy side liquidity. I'd love to come back to 15-minute chart. Over here in this 15-minute chart, this is that daily bearish PDA, only bearish PDA. I believe that a lot of you have watched that ICT has talked about this as a suspension block, I mean, a lot of things, okay, to be honest. I don't want to make this very complicated because ICT is now showing this as a suspension block. But when this gap appeared on the chart, I draw your attention and I clearly screaming over here. This is the only bearish PDA. Give your highest attention to this gap, to this area. I'm just talking about this area, okay, from the daily chart. I'm just talking about this gap. I was just simply screaming when this gap I saw over here and this candle appeared on the chart. I just told keep looking for this gap because this is the most important thing this market is watching right now. Except this, there is nothing this market is watching for. Now later ICT talked about this breaker block. I really appreciate it because whatever he sees, I can't see that. He is my mentor. I'm not his mentor. So he can see a lot of things over here, but I just saw these things. Now ICT is talking this is the suspension block. I really appreciate if you any of you would love to use it as a suspension block. I really appreciate it. But for me, that is that only bearish PDA, which is a fair value gap, including the volume imbalance. And to be honest, this is really very important. While on Friday market went higher, built this buy side liquidity, that was the 15-minute gap. Now only thing I didn't like, the body close above the constant crossment. I really didn't like it. That's why while I was doing the weekly analysis, I told that as the body has closed above this constant crossment, it can take these highs. I don't want to see that. To be honest, I don't want to see that, but it can go for that, okay, around the opening. Just maybe open here, take this high, then started to fall. It can do that just because the body closed above the constant crossment. Happy to see it didn't do that. Opened here, fall, took the liquidity, go higher. What happened over here? I'll talk about that within a moment because I took the entries around that area. And right now market is around this area. So you can see this small consolidation around here, a very big consolidation, not small, very big consolidation, and below this consolidation I have this gap. So I'm gonna keep this gap on my chart so that later I can understand that, well, if the market fall, okay, one more time I will see this gap to see how it is going to trade this gap. If it fall, I don't want to see that, but if it fall, then I will give my highest priority to this gap, and then I'll look for this buy side liquid over here around 930 if it would love to do the Judah swing at first. I don't want to see that again, but if it do that, I'll look for this 50-minute bullish gap at first to see if market can reach over here, and then I'll start to look for buy. Otherwise I'm just bullish, so I don't need to look for this prior to 930. Around 925, 920, I'll look for any of this gap where prior to 930 gap, okay, market is trading that gap or something like that. I'll just mark that gap and I'll just take my decision depending on that gap. We'll see that within a moment. I mean, when it will be 10 920 or 925, we'll see that. Right now I'm going to remove this sell side liquidity from my chart because that's been already taken by the open. So market open took the liquidity, this liquidity has been taken, this is also taken, so I don't need this liquidity anymore. I'm going to remove it from my chart. Instead of this area, I want to mark this gap over here. Why this gap? Let me actually mark this gap and extend it to my right. I want to see this gap and keep this gap to my chart because this gap has been traded previously and perfectly respected one time, two time. Okay, I don't know that. Is it going to give me any sort of hints, I mean, reaction or not? I just don't know that. All I know that gap has been traded before, respected so beautifully. So I want to keep that gap on my chart to decide can I frame any sort of buy while it will close out this gap and tap to this gap. Can it work as a support? Or if I'm bearish, for example, I'm bearish, I'm thinking this market is going to fall again, I'd love to look for this price to come over here, and then if it can give me any sort of sell, just any kind of sell, if it can give me that, I'll try to take the sell from that area. Why? Because I've seen it has been traded previously so beautifully. Now you can say that this is support and resistance, you can say whatever you want to say. I have seen this work so beautifully, lot of time I have shown this to you as well in previous price action. So I'm gonna keep that. It is support and resistance. I don't care, man. All I care is profit, right? All I care about my loss. So whatever I'm using, I don't care. But as long as it's going to give me the profit, I'm gonna keep them on my chart. That's my logic. If you don't like it, just leave it. But I really highly appreciate if any of you can observe this type of things from your 50-minute or hourly chart. So as you can see here, it came here, rejected from there, sent the market lower. Why did it came? To this specific gap over here, and then started to go higher right now. We'll see how it is going to go and can it go for this buy side liquidity. So this is my highest priority. This is the 50-minute last parallel gap right now. So even if this market would love to keep going higher for this buy side liquidity, I will try to hold the trade until this last fair value gap. I'm not interested to hold it until this area. Okay, so for this buy side liquidity, just this last fair value gap is gonna be my target. And of course, I will see if it can break this gap and use this gap as a support from the 15-minute chart. So for now, this is all for today's expectation. I'm only bullish. I am not interested about bearish movement. If this market fall for first half an hour, which is 9:30 to 10, to trade this 50-minute gap, I'll let him fall. Not going to frame any sell, nothing. No sell is valid to me. I don't care how beautiful that sell setup is. Maybe I'm wrong. The whole day market is bearish. I don't give a shit. I am not going to take that sell. I am only interested to take the buy. At the same time, if it fall and take trade this gap, then I'll look for the buy. Now it's all about the price action. Now let's talk about the geopolitical price action. Okay, what is that? This is all I told you about the price action. Now, when there is a peace deal in between US and Iran, I think officially it's been cancelled yesterday. So they have no peace deal or something like that. I believe that this market is going to be highly manipulative. Okay, so people maybe until yesterday they were thinking there will be something. Okay, some peach deal, something. The oil will be normal again. The oil price will be normal again, or I don't know. Maybe something is going to happen. Okay, so some kind of peach thing. But as the deal is cancelled, I believe most of the investors are at panic right now. They're thinking what is going to happen if I invest right now and the oil price starts to touch the sky. All of my investment is are gone. So they're just gone. So they will try to take out their investment from the market. If it happens, the stock market is going to crash. It's going to fall for this old area. Okay, I don't think so it's marked on my chart, but there is a volume imbalance from the weekly chart. Last week I talked about that volume imbalance. It can go for that. It is not my expectation. It's not my interest to see. I don't want to see that. But I just told you, if there is something that happened, okay, we will change our mind and we'll start to think about sell. Not today, maybe tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. Not today. Today is only bullish. Even if this market keep falling, I don't give a shit. I am only bullish. Today this market should go higher according to the logic, according to the weekly candle open, according to everything. This market should be bullish today. Otherwise, if it keep falling, this is really tough to take this sell in this deep discounted area. I don't want to take this any sort of sell around this area. However, these geopolitical things, you have to understand that today is going to be the hardest day to trade, I believe, in 2026. Today is going to be very difficult to trade. So if any of you would love to trade this market and you don't know what you are doing, don't over leverage. But if you know, you can go for the over leverage. I'll show you the over leverage thing within a moment. But just remember these things. If you are not sure what you are doing, don't over leverage. Instead of that, make sure that you are taking the lowest leverage possible. Whatever leverage you want to take, no problem, but make sure it is lowest. Okay, maybe 1 micro, 2 micro, 3 micro contract, 5 micro contract, something like that. Don't go for 10, 15, 20 mini contract or something like that. Please don't do that. It's very risky to trade today. Best is to avoid trading, but I don't want to avoid because I'm expecting the expansion today. So I'm gonna see the expansion market today because the TGIF is done according to the price action. If the TGIF is done before 9:30, after 9:30, I need the I want to see the expansion day. So this market will keep expanding today. That is my belief. Okay. So this is about the geopolitical event. You have to be very careful. This is unpredictable. Nobody can predict that. I would love to talk about the price action over here where I actually took the entries. So over here, I need actually both of this chart, this MNQ chart and NQ chart. Okay. So let me actually come over here. This is the area where I actually took that trade, depending on what, why did you take this entry? So you can see here, this is that 1 minute candle, market open and fall. So this is that 1 minute candle. Okay. So over here, I just marked the quadrant level over here. Now, I'm just going to do the same thing in NQ chart. So going back to 1 minute chart and coming back to that opening area one more time. Just let me come over here and here. So look at this. I was watching both of this chart. Make it quadrant level like this way. If you see here, this market fall to the upper quadrant. This is the real chart. Okay, don't get confused. MNQ, this price is not the real price. Whatever you are seeing here, it is a manipulative market. You are not going to get the exact price action from this chart, which is MNQ. You are not going to see the exact price action from here. You are going to see the exact price action from the contract, which is front contract, which is the June contract. So as you can see here, this market fall, tapped to the upper quadrant and then rejected from there. But if you look over here, it went through this upper quadrant so far, right? And then went higher. Then this market fall again, came to the lower quadrant. Look at the reaction from the lower quadrant. Look at the beauty of this area. Now I'm coming here and I'm just going to show you this area. This market never touched the lower quadrant. See, it didn't touch the lower quadrant exactly over here. But this guy has traded this lower quadrant so beautifully. Now, which one is right? This is absolutely wrong. It's not the right thing. You need to like take it as a consideration. You should not take this as a consideration. Okay, so you should take this market as your consideration, the levels as your consideration, not this MNQ. So when I saw this market came here to the upper quadrant and rejected from there, which is just top of this daily gap, sent the market higher, took this high in ES. Look at this same area. ES failed to take this high over here. Just look at this here and here, a beautiful SMT. All I need is just a trade opportunity. So I was waiting for a market structure shift. Now this market fall, came back again inside this range over here, gave me this market structure shift, fair value gap over here, and this lower quadrant is going to be my target. So not lower quadrant, my mistake. The low of this week is going to be my target. So I came here and to the MNQ chart. I saw this market structure shift. Let me actually go to the account and don't get confused. Okay, why it happened, I will just show you within a moment. First, when it tapped to this gap, I took the sell over here. Exactly, tap to this gap, I took the sell over here. Now, it was a really so fast market. I was doing it slowly because I was thinking it's going to go slowly like this way. So I didn't get the opportunity, no opportunity to take the partial. It was a beautiful run from here to until here, which is near about 35 handle. To be honest, I had no opportunity because this was really so fast. When I saw this came to this 50% area, around this area, I was just trying to catch the partial around here. But when I saw this candle appeared on the chart, next candle just open, tap here within a second, nanosecond. And this trading view market is bit late. I know you will agree with me. It is bit late. So I was just going to put the things, but it didn't come here. So when I saw it came here to this lower quadrant and then closed below this 50% area, I just go back over here. I was watching, did it touch this line? I saw no, it didn't touch it. So I know that this market is going to fall one more time. Why? To touch this area, okay, over here. At least this line is going to be touched on one more time. So when this candle appeared and tapped to this 50%, I added more over there, just exactly to this 50%. At the same time, I moved my stop loss to the break even. I wanted to see this order block, which is the highest up close body close candle, which has traded this fair value gap after the market structure shift is going to be traded, and this market is going to fall one more time. Now it actually did that, okay, but I was a bit early to trail the stop loss. Unfortunately, I got stopped out over here. Just wanted to see it tapped here and come here somewhere. I trailed the move stop loss a bit lower and just got stopped out over here to the break even. So took the entry here, added there, got stopped out to the break even. It was exactly to my break even. I just didn't want to take the risk. Then this market go higher again at around this area. Okay, it just come here around this area. So I took another sell over here, added more over there, did the same thing, trailed the stop loss because I needed the run for this line one more time as the market didn't reach over here. Trailed the stop loss later, okay, actually 2 minutes later, and then got stopped out again here. So you can see here exactly over here 10 micro contract. I got stopped out just to the break even, exactly to this break even. So took add here, entry there, add there, and then got stopped out to the break even. After seeing this, when it didn't fall and this inverse gap has been inversed over here, I was just for a single moment I was thinking, okay, this buy side liquidity market left over here. I believe that this market is going to take this buy side liquidity because this last parallel cap has been broken. So when this candle closed above this last parallel cap, I just wanted to catch the run from here to this buy side liquidity, more importantly to the 50% of this area. Then I was planning to take another sell for this line. I'm not bullish, I'm not interested to take the buy, I'm only interested to take the sell as long as this market is not going to come to this lower quadrant one more time, as this market didn't come over here. By the way, finally it didn't come at all, but I was thinking it is going to come over here. That's why I just missed a lot of profit around that area. However, I just saw this candle closed above this last parallel cap. This candle open, I took the entry over here, and to be honest, I got stopped out around this area. So this buy around here, it was 10 micro contract. Took this buy, 10 handle loss, got stopped out here because my stop loss was just one tick below this candle. That candle has closed above this area. Okay, so around here. Okay, and just to make it as an inverse gap, so my stop loss was below here or around that area, so got stopped out around that area. It was a 10 handle loss, unfortunately. So when I saw, oh okay, this market really doesn't want to take this buy side liquidity, the first job is this market to come over here, so I took re-entry over there. Here I took 5 micro contract entry. When it came back again, tap to this line over here, I tried to add more 5 contract. It's seeing here because it was a live market, I was live executing the trade. I added 5 more. My stop loss, where is my stop loss? Just above this high here, just exactly above that high. Added more 5. When this market came back again to this gap, which is old inverse gap, I added more 5. It's showing right now here, but actually I pushed the button when it tapped here. I added more 5 here. Still my stop loss is over here. Market go back again, trade this inverse gap. I added more 5 over there. So this was last 5. So it was a 20 micro contract. And then when this candle appeared, fall below, trade this highest up close body close candle. I trailed my stop loss just above this area. So I was not at the break even, but it was a stop loss for 2 to 3 handle, something like that. And then this market fall and go back again. Here my stop loss is just one tick above this high, not at the break even. Okay, 2 3 handle is still I'm in loss. Go back again. I was not expecting this thing happen one more time because this should react with this gap. It didn't do that. And then come back again to this gap. I added 5 more over there. Again it's showing here, but when it tap here, I added 5 more over there. Took here 15 micro contract, closed below this relatively equal lows. You can see over here exactly just 15 micro contract. I just closed over there and put my stop loss to the break even because I was not happy. I was not happy to see that the reaction from this lower quadrant one more time. I just needed to see this candle to here, this candle to come here. It didn't do that. Instead of that, it's just showing that I'm not bearish enough. So I didn't take any risk over there. Just closed 50 micro contract and then just trailed my stop loss one tick above this unfilled gap. I was interested to see this to work as an unfilled gap, so got stopped out around that area. It stopped me out and then follow one more time, and then this candle go higher, trade this old gap, which is the bearish gap. According to the logic, I should take the sell from there. Another run, that was a beautiful run. Okay, to be honest, that was a very beautiful run, but I just needed to take the entry from the funded account around the morning session. That's why I didn't take any trade to my funded account. I didn't take this sell from here. Maybe I would hold the trade until the last fair value gap by taking some partial, because that was a beautiful run. I believe that it would be more than enough for being profitable over here. It was kind of like 32 handles, so at least I would catch some kind of partial for 32 handle or something like that. I would be able to take some partial, and then later this gap been worked as a in reclaimed gap would take some buy over here. I just didn't do that anything. Okay, I'll just let this thing go and all that happens over here. That was the thinking over here. At the beginning I was expecting some movement from the price. It didn't give me that, so I trailed the stop loss too fast, some two stop out to the break even, and finally over leveraged the trade over here because I was protecting my stop loss with a specific area. I was mentally prepared to take maximum $400 loss. So when I while I was adding, okay, 5 micro 5 micro 5 micro 5 micro 5 micro, I was adding, I was trailing the stop loss. Even if it doesn't work, I know that I'm going to get a $400 maximum loss. If it doesn't like work the way I'm expecting, I'll just get it stopped out by $400 and I'll stop trading this account and not going to touch it. But fortunately I got the run and it was more than enough for me to get profitable. But my biggest regret was when I took this entry, I was I just didn't get the time to take the partial for this 32 handle beautiful run, because that was the only trade I was planning around this area. When I was failed to take the partial over here, instead of that, this market stopped me out to the break even. I just needed to catch this run one more time. That's why I just went with the over leveraged around that area. And then this beautiful run appeared on the chart. So that was my planning around this area to trade, and then this beautiful run, how to trade this market. This is really so beautiful. It was so beautiful. I was just watching, I was watching, and not until this whole price action I was here until around here somewhere. Then I got sleep. Actually, it was morning in the Bangladesh. I got sleep, and then I really didn't see whatever happened over here. Didn't look at them. So that was the trading around the Asia session, where I took this entry not to my funded account. I repeat, not to my funded account. It's the challenge account over here. It's so I, as I told you, that funded account I will only take entry to the live streaming, because one of my brother told me only trade around the morning session. So I want to do that. So this is the funded account I'm going to trade in this morning session. Of course, I need to see that if the deep chart, the Blue Guardian futures, still I have them or not, because it's more than 1 month. Just need to check them. Okay, I have them or not. Just I think they're gone, because it's not showing anything over here. Okay, not gone. I just don't know what is happening over here. Okay, still I have this account. I need to make sure that it's working. Okay, so let me see.
Order filled.
It's working.
Order filled.
It's working. That's cool. I thought that's not I mean active yet. I mean, this test account. I don't know, it's more than one month, so they're over here. Okay, we'll see. We can find something. If I don't see something good today, because today is gonna be the hardest day to trade, I believe, I'm just going to trade those accounts, not going to touch my funded account. It all is going to depend on the price action. If the price action is good, I'll try to trade them. If it's not good, maybe I'll trade these accounts. Okay, these accounts. If I see this is the low probability. So thank you guys. If you have any question, please let me know that. And I repeat, thank you so much guys for subscribing to our channel. Right now we have 11,912 subscriber. Just maybe 88 subscriber left for touching 12,000 subscriber. It's a big family right now. I have no word to say, man. I'm a very small guy. I have a very small knowledge. Um, but still, like 12,000 people is really huge. Okay, thank you so much guys for believing on me and being with me for this long time, guys. Thank you so much. I really love you all. Let me see who else is over here. The Thunder, good morning, brother. Kishore, good morning. Good morning, brother. Lachen, don't trade Monday until it's all clean. This guy is a professional trader. Don't trade Monday, only watch and learn. That's a good advice. Thank you so much, brother, for that advice. Don't copy my trade. Please don't copy my trade. It's my request. If you copy my trade, you will never be able to make a payout. It's not possible, man. You have to understand the feelings. Okay, sometimes I feel I'm in a trade, I can feel that I should not hold this trade. And sometimes I'm in trade, I keep adding them. It's all about, because I know that what I'm doing. So if you keep copying my trade, you will get confused. Okay, sometimes you will see like 25 micro contract entry, man. It's a huge, like 2 mini contract and 5 micro contract entry. I took entry like those type of entry over there to make some profit around that area. So it was near about $800 profit before I got stopped out to the break even. But I was just trying to hold it until touching the lower quadrant or the low of that week, so that I can make like 1,200, $1,300, something like that. So I got stopped out over. But all that feelings comes because I knew what I'm doing. If you would love to focus on copying my trade, that's not gonna help you. I don't know why people doesn't understand this simple logic. Copying trade is not going to make you a profitable trader. You have to focus what I'm saying over there, where I'm drawing your attention. I'm not hiding anything. I'm showing every single possible opportunities. This is the best opportunity for learning, brother. You are going to judge someone, and you are going to compare yourself with someone who is explaining everything, not hiding anything. Okay, I took this buy because brother, it was a beautiful setup. No, I'm going from top to bottom. what do I see over there, why I took that into over there, why I got stopped out over there, why I trailed my stop loss over there, what model was over there, what gave me confidence over there. Every single thing I explain to you guys. So if you focus on learning, I know it will take time. Let me give you a small example because I still have 6 minutes left. When I bought my camera, I just bought my camera on 23rd of February. I was clicking the photo. I promise you, brother, first 1 week I was so much excited. Okay, I didn't sleep the whole night. I was just going outside around the very morning to take the photos. And when I came back and I saw my photos, I was comparing myself with some other photographers. I was seeing, oh man, I'm a shit photographer. I'm just shit, man. This is not for me. I thought, oh, what is going to happen or how I can improve. Okay, I started to watch a lot of videos, like hours after hours after hours. I was watching. At the first time when I saw the color grading, I thought, okay, it's not important. I can't understand the color grading or all of these things. Okay, I avoided that. Later, I find out that no, I need to learn the color grading. It is most important thing. I have to understand what is color grading. I started to watch color grading slowly, but definitely, slowly. It makes sense to me. Now I understand a bit about color grading. Slowly, my improvement is like photography is going to be improved. Okay, like now I can understand a bit about framing. I started just from February, so I didn't simply think that I want to copy his style. No, I'm not interested about that. I'm interested to learn myself, how I can improve myself to make some good photos. Yeah, I know that it's gonna take time, but if I give up, if I those people who copy the trade, do you know why they copy the trade? Because they gave up on themselves. They just give up. They don't believe in themselves. That's why they come and copy the trade. Don't do that, man. You are 1,000 times better than me. I promise you, man. You are 1,000 times better than ICT, the creator of these concepts. You are 1,000 times better than him, better than everyone, whoever you see. But you just don't believe it because you are like very impatient. You don't believe in yourself. You don't want to do the hard work. You don't want to watch the videos. You don't want to do the things you learned on the live chart. You want to take the risk. You want to make the money, but without learning. No, it's not going to happen, man. You are on a boat with me. Okay, you are on a boat inside a ocean. Okay, inside a sea. I know how to ride that boat. I know that. So sometimes I will do the mistakes. I will recover my mistake. I will keep doing like that way. But suddenly think that I died. In that sea, I died. What you will do? You know nothing. I tried you so that you can know how to ride that boat. But you never give the attention. You never pay the attention. Because you knew that, okay, if this guy is gone, another guy will come. I'll just go with him. Why? Why, man? You are better than me. You are better than anybody in this market. All you need to know, focus. Try to learn it. I know nobody loves this. Nobody love to listen this bullshit. You all wants that profit. Show me the profit. Show me the profit. How can I make the profit? You can make the profit by yourself. You don't need to depend on anyone. This is the market where you came to get your financial freedom. So if you are really here for your freedom, why you are copying the trade? Why you are depending on other people? Still you are a dependent. Try to learn it, try to focus it. You will do wrong. I promise you, man. You will do wrong. The same thing you are seeing over here and I'm seeing over there, same thing, I will see it differently. You will see it differently. But slowly but definitely, you will learn it. You will see that you are better than me. You don't need to go anyone's live or anywhere. You'll just quietly make the money inside your room. You will make the money, you will give that money, or you will spend that money for your family, your children, your wife, your partners, your husband, your parents, and you will see the fun of this life. Okay, the fun of the money. Just focus on learning, not copying. I hope it will make some sense. If it makes. Hey Jamil, bom dia. Muito bem, obrigado, senhor. How are you, brother? Tamimi, good morning, sir. How are you? Archana, how are you, sister? Good morning. Daniel, happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. Good morning, Khurshid. Jahid, good morning. It's been a long, brother. I don't see your name. 1 minute left before the market open. How are you, brother? Let me know. Welcome back, but I believe today is not a good day to trade, to start trading. Okay, Jahid? Just wait for today. Start trading from tomorrow. Today, just get the refreshment from the market. According to news, at 10 a.m., the Straits of Hormuz blocked straight for information. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Okay, I want to see this market to go higher, but the geopolitics is telling me this market is going to fall. This is very contradictory, but still I believe this market will go higher because Trump will lead this market to the all-time high. I believe so. And then the crash is going to happen. In the meantime, if the war is not over, not done. What is your photography page? I don't have any page, brother. I just do it for fun. 1 minute to go before the market open. I came to when I fully lost, but I try to trade alone. That's cool, trader. I love it, man. I really love it and respect it, man. So this is the opening gap. I'm gonna mark the opening gap over here. This is the low of the opening gap. This is the high of the opening gap. I'm gonna keep this opening gap over there, okay? So market just open. Let's see what is going to happen. Remember, I'm just bullish, and this is that gap, old gap that's been respected previously. Prior to 9:30, I don't have any gap to mark. Prior to 9:30, no gap I have to mark. So I'm not marking anything. Or prior to 9:30 gap, no gap over there. Hey Jamie, good morning, sir. How are you? I come to you and okay, I read your comment. I'm fine, thanks, bro. You're most welcome. You're always welcome, Tamim. Hey Sharada, how are you, sir? I hope everyone is happy and everyone is good. Please don't forget to push the like button. I beg for the likes, not money. Your money, I don't need your money, but I need your likes. So if you don't mind, please push the like button, man. Good, my friend. That's cool, man. I love you, brother. Some of you are long time with me. I just don't know how you can be stay with me for this long time and bear my bad English, bad grammar, bad everything. But still, I really appreciate it, brother. This week I'm have to follow my rules. Please do that. If you have your own rules, you are the king of this market. Whoever has the rules, you are the king of this market. By the way, guys, I'm bullish. Even though I'm bullish, I can't take the buy over here because it's in deep premium. So I need to see if this market can fall a bit at first. Some sell side liquidity here. All of this sell side liquidity, a very good area. See if this market can keep falling for this area for this 15-minute bullish gap at first from any of this quadrant level from the opening gap, and then can come here or not. Okay, this is really awesome. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention something. Still, I need to mention that as well while this market is trading. Let him trade. This rejection actually happened from the 15-minute lower quadrant. See here, 15-minute lower quadrant. I hope you can see it. Let me show that to you. See this area is the lower quadrant of that 15-minute week that has cleared the liquidity, trade a fair value gap, trade the lower quadrant over here so beautifully, take breakout below the constant encroachment, and then boom. According to Suzivan, I believe so. If he see the 50% is closed, then this market go for this low. So this is the thing he shared. I wanna see this thing over here as well. If I'm wrong and if my bias is wrong and the Hormuz Strait is closed, this has a high probability to keep falling. In that type of scenario, when this market is going to go below this 15-minute gap, I will look for this low one more time. According to the logic of Suzivan, okay, the guy is with me for so long. I will just look if it can go for this area. But for now, I'm not bearish. Okay? I just need to see this market to fall a bit more. Then I'll look for the buy. If any of you are looking for the bearish movement or you are bearish, please don't hesitate to take the sell. Just go for the sell. If you think this is a bearish market, go for the sell. I'm not bearish. I'm not going to take any short of sell. Good morning, Murshad. I believe that you have watched my weekly analysis video. Until now, everything is according to my plan. Everything is according to my plan. So I don't need to worry about the bearish movement yet. But of course, if it forces me to think about bearish, I'll go for that because it's going to be an expansion day. I believe this is going to be an expansion day. Guys, if any of you are new here, I really highly appreciate if you subscribe to our channel, make our subscriber to 12,000 as soon as possible. I just need 88 more subscriber to make it 12,000. And from the next week, I know some of you don't believe as long as you don't see the guy who is talking here behind the camera. But from next week, inshallah, you will be able to see me. Okay, please make the field easier for me because this is gonna be the first time I'll do the live streaming with the face cam. Like I know I'll be little nervous. I know that. I hope I'll get the you all will help me. I believe so. So next week I'm gonna get my setup with 3 monitor, uh, and of course the PC. I'm going to build it with webcam and a better microphone. Everything is gonna be absolutely real trading professionalism about trading because I need that as I'm trading my funded account. Otherwise, I wouldn't do that. Maybe I will appreciate if you guys don't mock me or if you don't discourage me. I'll be very nervous. I'm saying that. I truly saying that I will be very nervous. I never talk in front of people. Never ever. So I don't know how I'm gonna manage that. Super bro. You are saying super. Hey, good morning, Dora. How are you, sister? I'm not interested to take buy in this deep premium area. I want to see this market to fall a bit more. I'm not saying it needs to come to this gap. If it come here, that's awesome. But at least some sort of sell side liquidity need to be taken at first, and then I'll look for the buy. Thanks for the penguin. Where are you from, bro? I'm from Bangladesh, brother. Hey, don't you? Thanks for that. That's amazing. I don't know it's gonna be amazing or not. At least for first few days, everything is gonna be lost. That's all I know that because I'll be super nervous. I'm good, thank you. You're most welcome, Dora. I always happy to see the old people over here. Those people who are with me for long. Thank you so much for giving me the strength. We're waiting to see you. Good morning, Chatur. How are you, sir? Any of you would love to use this 22 bearish model? It's a better opportunity to look for this 22 bearish model. Okay, it's a beautiful 22 bearish model. I'm not bearish, so I'm not going to take this sell. But this is really an awesome 22 bearish model. So if any of your bias is bearish, you guys can look for these bearish things. Okay, I'm not interested to look for the bearishness. I will not take any sort of sell. I wanna let this market to fall wherever it wants to fall, and then I'll try to find the buying opportunity. That's the good news, brother. I never thought I'll see your face. Come on, I'm just a guy. So thank you for sharing your knowledge, my friend. I always appreciate that, brother. Walaikum salam. Sinobi, how are you, sir? You guys remember this gap, right? I want to see this gap to work as a support because this candle has closed above this gap. So I want to see if this gap can work as a support or not. If it do that, I'll try to find a buy from here if it provide me any sort of buying opportunity around that area by respecting this fair value gap. That gap has been traded previously here, a lot of time here, here. See? So beautifully. So I want to see if it can be respected one more time as a support, not as a resistance, because this candle has closed above this gap. If it provide me any short, any buying opportunity, I'll try to take the buy by seeing the respect from this gap. And as I can see, this market fall, trade this last fair value gap, a very simple logical gap, which is this last fair value gap has been traded over here. Can it keep going higher? I am bullish. That's why I'm looking for the buy. If any of you are bearish, there is just a gap over here after the market structure shift. So maybe it will trade this gap and start to fall. I don't know. I'm not going to take the sell. So if it works and keep falling, I'm gonna simply let that go. Fine, Titu. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. Can you all pause for a second and hit the like button? Appreciate it. Yeah, guys, please make sure that you have pushed the like button. I really appreciate it, man. Highly appreciate it. Please push the like button. 79 people are watching. You guys push the like button. That's a huge thing for me, man. Today's only watching need to go back to basic and learn. Absolutely right. Just don't trade today because you took a break. And from the break, if you come today and try to trade today, I don't think so. It's gonna be beautiful trading day today. Even though I'm expecting the expansion, but still, after the break, Monday trading is not a good idea. Where the Hormuz Strait is going to close, the peace deal is broken, everything is broken. All of these things. Hola guys, hola Bizarro, how are you, sir? So I'm going to mark this specific gap. In this market, there is million, billion of the gaps. Which gap should I go for? Brother, which gap should I go for? I told you some very specific gap. Mark them, keep them on your chart. That will help you to understand this market a better way. Good brother, hope you are good. I'm fine, man. I'm really so fine. Thank you so much. Time to wait to see what is going to happen next. So for this market open, trade the lower quadrant of the opening gap. This is the opening gap. Trade the lower quadrant of this opening gap. Send the market lower. Took this sell side liquidity. See this low here. Took this sell side liquidity. Why this is sell side liquidity? Because I'm bullish. It's not my target. If I'm bullish, I need to look for any sort of swing low to be taken. That's more than enough for me to think about that sell side is been taken. And it has traded the last fair value gap. Right now, it is trading this old gap from 50-minute chart that's been respected one, two, three times. So can it work as a support right now? That means 50-minute candle is going to close inside this gap or above this gap. Can it do that? If it do that, I'll look for the buy by using this old gap as my support or as my higher time frame point of interest. If it close below this gap, okay, I'm not going to use it. I don't need to think about to use it. It's not like bound to use it. Okay, let's see. This is the gap market because if it is a bearish setup, that means market really would love to fall. Then this gap is going to hold the market, send it lower. I don't want to see that, but if it can do that, if it do that, I'm gonna let this market go. That means this bearish setup from 22 YT model after clearing the buy side liquidity, market structure shift, fair value gap, trade this fair value gap, market is keep going to fall. For this sell side liquidity over here, a lot of this sell side liquidity, I'll just let this go. Not going to touch it. It doesn't mean that you are not allowed to take the sell from there. If your bias is bearish, you can try this sell. Man, this is a possibility. This is a probability game. So this is a high probability if your bias is bearish. As my bias is not bearish, I'm not framing this sell. If my bias was bearish, that could be my sell from here. Why you were saying two-way? I'm saying two-way because my bias is bullish, so I'll look for the bullish setup. If your bias is bearish, you will only look for the sell setup. So whatever buy setup market appeared or market make, you will just let this go. I can be wrong, my bias can be wrong, it can be extremely bearish market today. In that type of scenario, you are not going to miss the trade because your bias is bearish. Okay, I hope my point is clear. This candle, I don't want to see it to close below this gap. If it close below this gap, I'm not going to take this trade because this trade was based on this gap. This is the last candle of 15 minutes chart. So if it close below this gap, I'm not going to use this gap or is going to take this buy over here even if it appeared on the chart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This gap, sorry, this setup is not valid anymore because this gap has been broken. I don't have any high time frame point of interest over there. It seems like this 22 bearish model is going to work. I really don't care about that because my bias is not bearish. Okay, I hope my point is clear to you guys. Can I use this last fair cap as inverse to a? No, you can't do that. Why? Because below this last fair cap, there is no sell side liquidity. You are only allowed to take or use the last fair cap as an inverse way if you have the sell side liquidity. As I don't have any, I'm not interested to use this last gap as an inverse way. So it will respect this gap and keep falling. I don't care. It has fallen one more time and took one more low, which is over here. One more liquidity has been cleared. Let's see. And build the sell side liquidity over here. Why you are marking that gap? I have no idea. I just saw this gap. I just marked that gap. I'll observe this gap. I have no idea if I can use this gap or not. I'll keep that on my chart. Later I will see if it gives me any sort of opportunities to use this gap or not. So why I'm marking this gap? I'm saying these things to you. Why I mark that gap? Because that was the 22 YT model gap. Why mark that gap? Because that was the last fair value gap. Why did you mark that gap? I don't know why I marked that gap. I just saw there is a gap, bearish gap. I just marked it. Later I will see if it can be used. It if anyway if I can use this gap or not. I still don't see anything. If you guys have anything, please let me know that. I mean, share with me. Okay. I got the market structure shift finally. It's a bit volatile. Okay. See. I think the buy setup is going to happen now. If he doesn't want to take me with him, I'm cool with that. I would go for this buy from this gap. You see this here? I would go for this buy from here if I would see that the 50-minute candle didn't close below that gap. As I don't have any fair value gap over here, I'm not interested to use this setup over here. So I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. I don't have any problem with that. I know that more opportunities will be there. Even though I'm going to miss the bottom entry, at the bottom entry, I don't care. I'll look for the next opportunities. Okay. So here I don't have the higher time frame point of interest. You can see here, nothing has been traded over there. If it could fall, take this low, trade this small 50-minute gap, I could take the buy from here. As it didn't do that, I'm not going to take this buy. My bias is bullish, my everything is bullish, but still I'm not interested to catch this run. It's kind of like market is in rush to go somewhere. Today is the expansion day. I know every single time market will take some sell side liquidity, it will give me the buying opportunity. So I don't care about missing this trade. I know this line over here, this market is going to take this line and then finally this line. As long as they are not taken, I'll keep looking for the buy. In the meantime, this is the last fair value gap over here from the 15-minute chart. It can stop the market and send it a bit lower to give me another buying opportunity. Now this is, you see this speed over here. I'm not interested to enter in this speed without any logic. I hope my point is clear, brother. If there was a higher time frame point of interest, maybe this low trade any of this bullish fair value gap, any of this bullish fair value gap. I'm already in a trade while this gap has been inversed. I'm already in a trade. I don't care if it works or not, but I'm already in a trade. As it didn't do that, I'm not taking this trade. I am bullish. I was waiting for a buy. Maybe this gap is going to hold now and send it to higher again. I don't care. I'm not going to take this trade. Tell us your trading journey, brother. How did you control yourself and not to gamble after learn ICT concepts? There is only one thing, and that is you have to have more accounts. Now, if I say I can control myself, I don't gamble. It's a total lie. It's an absolute lie. I do gamble. I'm so sorry. I'm not inspiring any of you for gambling, but I'm saying you the truth. I do gambling. There is no way I can control myself without gambling. But when I do gambling, I choose a very specific account to gamble. Those accounts which are very important to me. For example, right now I'm going to trade this funded account. So this is a very important account to me. I don't want to gamble over here. If, for example, I want to take this buy, I'll simply come over here, go to my test account around this area, and I'll simply push the button over here. If I feel good to take this buy, I'll simply take the buy over here. If it works good, if it doesn't work, I'll just, I don't care, because this is called gambling, because I'm not seeing what I want to see. Still I need to take that trade because I'm feeling gambling. So I'll gamble over here. So if I say that, brother, I don't gamble, it's a total lie. I do gamble. I'm not inspiring any of you for gambling. I'm just saying what is true. Okay. Sorry. Again, I entered on that inversion of first presented fair value gap. Lucky it spikes and got out with $480 profit. Congratulations, Suzivan. So I can say that you are also bullish with me. If I say that, like, opening revenge gap is filled. Yes, sir. I can see it's been filled 100%. That's cool. I want to see if it can come back again to this gap, which is the last parallel gap over here, or does it want to fall for this sell side liquidity over here, this low and that low. That is the most important, I mean, beautiful things, if it can keep falling and take this liquidity. Whether the swing low week is only valid if price move away from the swing low and then come back later to break the C of the week. Oh, okay, okay, my mistake, Suzivan. I think I misunderstood you, brother. Okay, so you have to observe it like that way. Okay, I'm gonna let this go from my mind then. I was thinking like I'll do that if it do that, because that the things you showed me over there through that video, it was really awesome. So I needed to observe that in live market. So I was thinking like that way, brother. Thank you for clearing, brother. I need to watch it more. I want to see this market to fall here at least, at at least to this last cap at first, even if it would love to go higher. Remember, this is the clean highs. My target is this buy side liquidity for today. I want to see this buy side liquidity to be taken. But before that, I want to see this market to fall a bit more. Yeah, I was waiting for that, but there was no high time frame point of interest. I didn't take any trade. I'm bullish. I'm not confused about the fall. I'm not confused anything. I'm only confused. Is there any higher time frame point of interest or not? If there is any, I'll go for the trade. If there is no, I'm not interested to take any trade. I appreciate your honesty. Thank you, man. DDAM3. Thank you, man. Yes, I'm bullish at least until the opening range gap is filled. Now I don't know where price is going to go. I know where the price is going to go. This line, at least this line. But if it can fall, come here, I know that I'll get an opportunity to take entry. If it doesn't to do that, tough decision will be it will be very tough decision. Make a setup. Again, I'm not asking any of you to think about the buy with me. I'm saying just that is my understanding of this market. That's my expectation. If you are bearish, take the sell. Wherever you find the opportunity, take the sell. I highly appreciate that. The daily chart is so bullish. The school, this is what I explained yesterday, that how this market is going to work over there. Exactly the same thing. Just the open was a bit down. Okay, I didn't expect this will open this much down. I knew this is going to gap down. I don't say I knew. I was expecting that will be a gap down, but not this far. Okay, it was too far. However, finally, I was going to work. I'm expecting a expansion day today. Okay, so this market is going to be an expansion day. So anytime this market will take some sort of swing low, there will be a buying opportunity. I'm thinking like that way. In the meantime, if you find any trade, let me know. We'll appreciate that, and I will write down boom for you. Okay, 15-second chart doesn't look good to me. Absolutely not good. Excuse me. Is there anyone who is bearish today? I just need to know that. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel. If any of you are new over here, I can see 76 people are watching. I don't know how many likes did I get, but at least give me 40 likes, okay? The daily chart is subly, brother. You will have trade day code, correct? Trade day, yeah. T2 Wizard. I bought a 50K account with your code yesterday because it's the next best to take profit trader. Yeah, brother. Uh, we have the T2 Wizard code with the trade day. Thank you, Suzivan, for using using that code, man. You are the one who is using every single code. But I really thank you, man. Yeah, it's next to take profit trader. Absolutely, a bit cheaper, not bad. But I just don't know if they have any issues with the payment payout. Okay, brother. To be honest, I really don't know if they have any issues with the payout. So if you when you will make the payout, listen, not if when you will make the payout, let me know that if there is any issues with them for the payout or not. I have no bias, just watching charts today. Okay, Regius. I'm bullish. Unfortunately, I wish I could have like the same. I am bullish until this line. I don't care about anything else. I know this line is has to be taken by today. Yeah, there is no like if and when. It's not something like that. It has to take this line by today. All I need a setup over here. So far I don't see any setup. Yeah, I can of course gamble over here from this entry gap. Market has cleared the sell side liquidity. Market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap, tap to this entry gap. I want to take the buy from here to go for this sell buy side liquidity. I don't give a shit. I don't want to do gamble over here. So I need a beautiful setup to go for the buy for this line. As long as this line is not taken, i'm I'm extremely bullish. I just need to see if it can provide me any sort of opportunities to take the buy. They don't have a daily loss limit, and if you choose end of the day account, even the funded account is end of the day. Take profit trader always switch to intraday drawdown when funded. Yeah. uh, the trade, are they going to give you the daily payout as well, brother Suziman? I don't think so. Not the daily payout, I guess. But yeah, I know that they don't have the daily, I mean, sorry, intraday drawdown. Okay, they have the daily payout as well. I didn't know that. Okay, that's awesome. So you don't need to worry about the intraday payout anymore. Sorry, intraday drawdown anymore, and they have the daily payout. That's awesome, and it's cheaper. So far, I know it's cheaper comparing to take profit trader. That's awesome, brother. Just make the payout and let me know if they have any issues with the payout or not. So when you'll make the payout, don't forget to share the experience with the payout. Come on, brother. I don't want to miss this, man. I know what the market will go. I know how it is going to go over there, but I'm just waiting for a setup. And if it doesn't give me the setup, how can I take this entry? Now, entry from this entry gap is absolute gamble, because you know the range from this gap to until the low is kind of 109 handle. I don't want to take that 109 handle risk. That's why I didn't take that buy over here. But if it just simply take this buy side liquidity, that's gonna be the weird thing ever. Those people who didn't watch my weekly analysis video I have done yesterday, please watch it. You will understand that it was explained yesterday beforehand when the market was closed. It was absolutely perfectly explained over there. I'm just seeing if it can provide me any sort of opportunities to take the buy. As long as it's not going to give me the buying opportunity, I'm not going to take the buy. So if it could fall until last gap, maybe I would be able to frame a buy from there. As it didn't do that, instead of that working with the entry gap, right now it tapped to the last fair value gap from 15-minute chart. So let's see if it can provide any sort of uh, reaction from there, which is the last fair value gap from 15-minute chart. As well as this is the low of the daily only bearish PDA. According to ICT, this is the suspension block. This huge box, this is the suspension block. Let's see if it can provide any sort of reaction from there. Take this low, trade this last gap, then give me the buying opportunity. If I don't find the opportunity, I'm not going to take the trade. By the way, guys, I told that I'm bullish for this line. It doesn't mean that you're going to take it for it's not for taken. If you have no bias, you don't have any bias. Don't change your mindset. I'm not here to changing your mindset. I'm here to show you something, that my mindset is this, your mindset is that. Why my mindset is this, why your mindset is that. You'll just compare that things. That's all, brother. Okay, so this Dow, you can see here, this Dow has built relatively equal highs. So let's see if it can fall and trade this gap one more time, and then can give me another buying opportunity from there. In the meantime, this is also going to fall. Take some liquidity, trade some gaps, and then both of them are going to target this buy side liquidity from Dow Jones. Okay, relatively equal highs. Can it target this relatively equal highs? While this Dow Jones will start to look for this relatively equal highs, this Nasdaq will target this buy side liquidity over here, which is clean highs. That's my plan so far. Unfortunately, because my plan was to take the entry over here, I didn't have the high time frame point of interest. I didn't take the buy. Now it's time to wait to see if it can take some liquidity at first, then go toward this area. Last fair value gap from 15-minute chart. Go to your 15-minute chart. Let me show this to you. If you go to your 50-minute chart, you will see this gap over here. This is the last fair value gap below this buy side liquidity. This is the last fair value gap. This market simply tapped to this last fair value gap on the next time, and now it is going to build a bullish gap over here. As well as if it close here, tap to this bullish, then started to go higher, I'm happy to see that bullish run toward that buy side liquidity over here. This should work the way I'm expecting. It has to work like that way. If it doesn't, I'm not going to take the trade. Don't forget to push the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if any of you are new. And don't forget to let me know if you are in a trade. What is that? Buy, sell, whatever it is. You can gamble if you want. I don't have any problem with that. I'm not interested to gambling over here. If I want to gamble, I'll be here and I'll gamble over there, not to my funded account. It's a very protective account. Come on, brother. Some of you can think that, oh, brother, if I could take the buy over here, I'm already profitable with like 200 handles, something like that. How many handles is that? Yeah, kind of 150 handle. Oh man, don't think like that way. You knew that what is going to happen. That's more than enough. Unfortunately, the setup was highly volatile, or maybe you didn't get a beautiful setup. Okay, this was a perfect 22 IT model, but unfortunately, the volatility was huge, so you didn't take this trade. You knew what is going to happen, but you didn't take this trade. It's a bitter pleasurement. Okay, you are not confused. You are not thinking that this is going to fall. Nothing. You knew this is what is going to happen. If it wouldn't happen, instead of that it was keep falling, you would hold yourself as long as it would not start to run toward your direction to frame your trade. That is the fun of trading. You knew what is going to happen. All you have to do, you have to wait for the setup. That's all. Don't chase the market. What retail trader do, for example, they're saying this is a support, so they didn't believe it, and then this market come here, then they start to chase the market. If you do that, maybe it is going to work. This gap is going to hold the market is going to go higher, take this buy side liquidity. It is going to happen from this gap. Still, that is called chasing market. Don't chase the market. Never ever chase the market. If it works one time, it is not going to work thousands of the time. So one time profit is not equal to 1,000 times loss. So don't chase the market. Right now, this market is trading the last fair value gap, which is the strongest fair value gap ever, as well as the lowest low of the bearish PDA. Only bearish PDA. See this line over here? Small line here, there. This is the low of the bearish PDA. Only bearish PDA from the daily chart. It's a very strong line. It can stop the market to send it lower to take some liquidity, either this low or that low, and then it can start to go for this buy side liquidity. So let the market to set make the setup for you. Otherwise, if it keep going higher, take this buy side liquidity. Today is not a day for you to trade. Come back tomorrow, trade tomorrow. This liquidity will be there, setup will be there, price will be there, candle will be there, your account will be there, everything will be there. All you need to do, push the button tomorrow. I hope my point is clear. Man, I'm the most impatient guy for pushing button. You know that. Whenever I see the opportunities, I go for the trade. I don't give a shit. But still now, this is not a right time to push the button. Market just opened 37 minutes. Just 37 minutes. Still, you have a long time to go. Don't rush. I need to see this market to fall a bit more at first. Either this low or that low. This is the best. If it can take this low, that is the best. And then this. That is the best case of scenario. It can take this low and then go above here. I'll take the buy from there because liquidity has been taken. Today is an expansion day. Anytime this market will take the liquidity, market will keep going higher. This is the rules of the expansion day. Remember that. I don't need to wait for this market to take this low. If it just simply take this low and then give me the bullish setup, I'll go for that buy. What is your high time frame PDA? I believe this is going to be my high time frame PDA. This candle high, this candle low. The fair value gap is going to work as my bullish PDA. Okay. NQRES closed the gap, but YM is nowhere near closing. I'm just seeing this guys building the liquidity, buy side liquidity. So I would love to let it fall a bit more before going and take this buy side liquidity. So not only this Nasdaq, but also this YM going to clear this buy side liquidity. Okay, so this is all going to happen all together. So I just need to make sure that people are thinking this is a resistance zone. They will take the sell over here. Some people will miss it, Some people will chase it, they will see market is falling, and then the market will go and stop them out. So I need this market to fall a bit more before going higher and stop them out. Does it make any sense to you guys? I'm not saying that it's going to happen. Maybe this gap is holding the market and market is going to take this buy side liquidity from this value gap. If it happens, I'm just done for today. I'm not going to take any trade over here. However, if it doesn't happen, what should it happen? It should build the sorry, it should give me the reaction from the last fair value gap. You know how many times I have shown you the reaction from the last fair value gap? So many times. It's going to react from the last fair value gap for Nasdaq. YM is building the resistance. People are going to think, oh, this is a very resistance. Take the sell, take the sell, take the sell. Just the market, just the market, just the market. When everyone will be entered, market is falling a bit, boom. Not only this this buy side liquidity, but also this buy side liquidity, but also the opening gap for YM. Same. Yeah, it has the SMT as well. This high is not taken over here. This high is taken over there. So there is a small selling opportunity. I'm just not going to take the sell because I don't know how far it will fall. I'll let the fall go and then I'll go for the buy. This is building the buy side liquidity. This is building the buy side liquidity, which is a shallow run. Buy side liquidity. Need it to fall. Whoever interested to take the sell, go for it. If you would love to take the buy, go for it. I'm just saying what you should do. Thank you, Tamimi, for sharing the link of our Discord. Guys, it's a free Discord. If you want to join us, please join through that link. Okay. I believe when I'll start to use the webcam, I'll be in Discord most of the time, and YouTube maybe 1 or 2 days I'll be here. Just 1 or 2 days for the live streaming, but most of the time I'll be in Discord for the live streaming. Absolutely, it's free, no payment, nothing. This guy named T2 never ever will ask for the money from you. Never ever. No need to worry about that. And just, but like I'm just fed up with this YouTube algorithmic things on these things. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So if you're not yet with us through our Discord, also we share our hindsight, our thinking through our Discord link, sorry, through our Discord group community. So I believe it's not gonna be waste of your time if you join our free Discord. We all can share our thoughts over there. Is there anyone who is in a trade right now? Let me know, guys. 10:03 a.m. low week. Okay. Yeah, according to your logic, it should take this low, right? Yeah, that's low is taken already because it went one tick below this 50%, so this low is going to be taken. I really appreciate it, man. I just you got my point, right? When I told you to observe it in a very specific way, I really loved the idea you shared with me. I just need to find out how I can make it more, very precise or something like that, with a very specific rules. Last fair value gap reaction. Liquidity is taken. So already liquidity is taken. If there is a buying opportunity, I'm just free to go for that buy right now. Market is going to make the bullish PDA right now over there. Yes, I got your point, but sometimes if the market doesn't take the low immediately, we can use that as a magnet for later. Of course, that's a good point, brother. Of course, that's a good point. Mhm. Yeah. So this is the last candle from 15-minute chart. So after this candle close, there will be a 15-minute bullish fair value gap. So what I want to see, can the market trade this bullish gap before going higher? Look at the reaction from a random level. This is really so random, man. I'm fed up by showing you this precision in this market. Whenever you will see the last fair, it's not going to happen 100% of the time, but you can count how many times you will get that from the last fair value gap. At least the reaction, if your bias is bullish, reaction; if your bias is bearish, reversal. Excuse me. Time to smoke. Is there anyone who is in a trade right now? Come forward. Okay, there is a 15-minute bullish gap. Okay, guys, let's see if it can just go to this 15-minute bullish gap at first and start to go higher. Look at this buy side liquidity over here. See this high and that high. What it has done? Build the buy side liquidity over here. I don't need it because I've already have this one, but still this is a buy side liquidity. Market came inside this 50-minute bullish gap. All I need to see, can it make a bullish setup right now? Take the buy. Why the market is keep falling? There's a very small gap from 1 minute chart and the 50% of the opening gap. Good area to see if it can trade that area. When I say something, does it make any sense to you guys? Don't rush. No need to rush. If it is bullish, if you miss the trade from here, from here, from anywhere, if you know that this market is going to take this line, you don't need to worry about that. Either it will give you again the opportunity, or it will simply take this buy side liquidity. It means either you will get an opportunity to take that buy, or you will miss this trade. There is no way to take the loss. This is very simple like that. Of course, brother, I watched your weekly review last night. Thank you. It's very clear. Thank you so much, Sivan, for that feedback, brother. I really appreciate it, man. And when I saw the subscriber 900, I thought, okay, let's do the weekly analysis all together. Basically, I do that like by myself every week, but I was not able to control myself to share that good information with all of you. I mean, that good news, not information, good news that I got 900 subscriber, 11,900, something like that. Okay, so all the level has been traded. Now, if the market would love to take this low, I will look for this gap before framing any buy. Or if the market starts to go higher now, if there is a bullish setup, I'll take the buy from there. If there is no bullish setup, I will wait for this market to close above this gap to take the buy from this gap. So two type of scenario. If it provide me any setup, bullish setup from here, I'll take the buy from here. If it doesn't do that, instead of that closed above this gap, I'll take the buy over there. If market keep falling, break this gap, take this low, I will wait for this market to come here to this last gap. More importantly, to this old inverse gap at first to reach over there to frame the buy. Everything is going to be broken and market going for this sell side liquidity. This gap will be inversed. I will take the sell. See this gap, it will be inversed. That means body closed below this gap and tap to this gap again, not this gap, this specific gap. I'll take the sell for this last fair value gap by here. See, it's now making sense. It's now like not 50-50. It's making sense now. Of course, we could take some buy, sell from there. We could take some buy over there. We could do that. We don't need to do that. This down close candle is not good enough to look for order block. To be honest, this none of them. Okay, to be honest, none of them doesn't look good to me to take the buy from the order block. That's what I'm not framing any buy from the order blocks. See what we have told. It is happening. So I need to be here and I have to see where is the setup. If I buy the setup over there, I'll put the stop loss later, okay, depending on the market, what the market going to do. And the buy side liquidity is 25 39325, 25 39325, 39325, 39325 is the buy. This is the gap, okay? Everything is calculated. Not I'm in rush. It can hold the market, send it lower. I'm not going to take this sell. And so far there is no setup, to be honest.
Order filled.
I would love to see this gap to work as a breakaway gap. That means market is not going to fill this gap 100%. That's gonna keep me more confident to hold it as a bullish bias. And I have to make a setup now. This gap should hold the market, send it higher. If I see this candle closed here somewhere, I'll just took one or two micro contract market
Order
order.
filled.
Okay, I got a stop already. Let's go. Took this low one more time, don't care, but we'll wait for this candle to close over here to take the buy. A bit more, okay? This type of sudden volatility is very dangerous. In this account, I took this buy because that was a possibility. So I took the risk over here. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, I don't care. But here I'm waiting for exactly what I need to wait for. So I was not able to control myself. I pushed the button over here. So that guy who asked me, how do you control the gambling? I don't control the gambling. I simply go for the trade to the test account. That's all. I'm not going to believe this buy as long as it's not going to close above this gap. The worst case of scenario, it will never give me the opportunity. I mean, it's not going to tap to the entry, and instead of that, it will keep going higher. If it happens, that's my bad luck. Yeah, a lot of yeah, absolutely, a lot of manipulation is going to happen. I mean, sometimes this thing happen. Okay, to be honest, have nothing to do. We have to accept that because of the geopolitical situation right now. Really awesome. Sometimes to happen this type of things, then it doesn't need. So wait. If you find any selling opportunity here, okay, if you think this is going to fall and there is a sell for you, please go for that. I'm not interested to take the sell. I'm not framing any sell. Only interested to take the buy. So I'll take the buy only. If you think it is going to fall, take the sell. Just go for that sell. Trump, if any of Iranian ships come anywhere close to our blockade, they will be immediately eliminated. He can say whatever he wanna say. Just a joker. At the same time, I'm not asking any of you to copy my trade. If you find your trade, go for your trade, but don't copy my trade. It's a request to all of you, okay? Please don't copy my trade. Just this gap to be broken, need to be broken to take this buy. Market is just waiting for 10:30, 30 of the time, okay? When the 10:30 will appear, I believe that I'll get my opportunity. The best case of scenario, 10:29 candle is going to close here. 10:30 candle open, trade this gap, started to go higher. That's the best case of scenario. So the next candle is going to close above this gap. I'll put my limit order. 10:30 candle will open, tap here, boom. That's the best case of scenario. If it is not going to give me that, I will wait for that. I would wait for 10:30 and first hour range. It worked really nice recently. It's true. It's also true, brother. Can use it. I was waiting for the setup, you know that. I didn't get the opportunity yet until now. Not even a single opportunity. So I'm just not taking any trade. Will get it, I'll take it whenever it will give me that. I prefer to take entry in between the macro or 10:30 zone. So I now see this candle to close above this gap. Next candle will tap to this gap, and then 10:31, 10:32 candle will take this buy side liquidity. We'll go through everything and we'll take this buy side liquidity as well. best case of scenario over there. Let's see if it can do that a bit more, a bit more. Please close above this gap so that I can take this trade. I don't want to miss this trade, please. And now I'm afraid I can miss this trade. If I see this candle close here somewhere, I'll take a market order, 1 or 2 micro contract entry. Okay, remember that. That means it closed too far from this gap. I don't think that it will be back to this gap. In that type of scenario, I'll take a market order so that I don't miss this trade. Please don't copy my trade. This is the buy side liquidity for YM, buy side liquidity for NQ, buy side liquidity for NQ. If you know that it will go higher, why you are not taking the entry right now? Because as long as this is not broken, I'm not believing this is going higher. It's broken, now I'm going to start to believe that it's going higher. That's why I'm waiting for this gap to be broken at first. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm just not sure it will take me or not. I wish it will take me. There we go. Currently smoke. This is a game of probability. So I saw the probability here. I took this trade. Now, is it going to work? I don't care. Is it going not going to work? I don't care. My loss is very limited. If I take a loss, it's going to be very limited loss. So I really don't care if it is going to work or not. All I care, Did I follow the rules? Did I wait for the setup? Did I took the entry exactly where I should took that entry? Yes, then I'm all okay. Now it will work or not, I don't care. If any of you are in this trade, make sure you have taken a partial around 1:1. That means here your partial has to be there. This 50-minute week quadrant level, I'm watching it. The 50% you saw, my stop loss is to handle below this 50% area. So the 50% is 25 to 64, and my stop loss is 25 to 62.50. If it would love to trade the 50% of this week, I'm safe over here. Also, I have covered the breakaway gap constant crossment with my stop loss. It has fallen, took this low here, that low has been taken. It has fallen, took this low as a liquidity has been taken here as well. This is the only PDA, this bearish PDA, that can stop the market, send it lower again for this low and this last gap. However, if this gap is broken, I believe we will see a speed toward the buy side liquid over there. These people are in profit right now. All of these people who took the sell here, they are already in a profit. I don't want them to be profitable right now. I want to see them to be, stopped out. So even if it failed to take this extreme liquidity, not the extreme one is over here, like today's target over here. Even if it doesn't want to go here for this liquidity to be taken, this is going to be taken at first. This gap, keep that in your mind. I hope it's gonna be broken, not going to, be as a support, so resistance, and sending the market lower. This is the constant crossment that I covered by my stop loss. I just don't want to see this gap to hold the market and send it lower. That's the last PDA I'm afraid of, this one. If it is broken, I'm happy to see the run toward my liquidity. And the body has closed so far above this gap constant crossment. I believe it will keep going higher. There is a small gap, but I think it's not important. So let me actually mark both of these. Let's see if it can close above this whole range or not. This guy still didn't clear this buy side liquidity, so still I don't have to worry about this market to fall one more time. If it would taken that buy side liquidity, maybe there could be something I need to worry about, but right now as it didn't do that, I still believe this will keep going higher. What is happening in ES? This is stall. That is also not bearish, so I don't need to worry about the ES as well. Everything's perfect so far. Just need to see the body close above this gap over here. If it do that, I believe it will keep going higher with the speed. However, I can't put my stop loss a bit higher. I can't do that because the weak quadrant level of that 50-minute weak quadrant level, they can be respected. Okay, this market can fall for the 50% of that week. Also, it can retest this breakaway gap top one more time. I have to give that space to the market to trade at first. Okay, and as you can see here, this gap is broken. I believe I will get the speed right now toward this buy side liquidity. There is nothing that can stop the market right now. It should keep going higher toward that buy side liquidity. So let's see if it can keep going higher or not. As you can see here, I don't have any bearish fair value cap, last fair value cap I need to worry about. As you can see here, nothing. So yeah, I'm cool. It can come back again to this gap to work it as a support. It can do that. There is nothing wrong if it would love to do that. Use this gap as a support. There is nothing wrong with it. If any of you are in this trade and you didn't take the partial around 1:1, you are gambling. Now, if you are a gambler, I'm not going to take any responsibility for your loss or for your profit. Okay, it's gonna be your own responsibility. I'm not the responsible for your loss or your profit if you don't take the partial over here. I don't know that this market will come here or not. All I know, it's going to take this buy side liquidity. That's all I know right now. So it's more than enough for being profitable. 39 handle, more than enough for being profitable. If you don't take the partial over here, you are a perfect gambler, and no gambler is allowed here. That's all. I believe it will make a fair value cap over here that will be unfilled. Let's see if it can do that. If it make this gap, I want to see this gap to unfilled. Why? If I see this gap is unfilled, this liquidity is going to be taken. Remember the daily not the daily target, actually the target, clean highs over here, that's gonna be taken over there. If it make it unfilled, if it fill this gap, it doesn't mean that it's not going over here. It means that it can take more time come over here. If it fill it 100%. If you have only one contract, you have to close the trade over there. If you have just one contract entry, you have to close the trade over there. However, this gap is filled 100%, so I'm not interested to see the speed toward that liquidity. So after clearing this liquidity, it can start to dance over here. Okay, it can start to dance. So be very careful. As I told, it can come back again to trade this gap one more time. Like after closing this, can come back again here to trade this gap. Don't want to see anybody close below the constant crossment. Still, my stop loss is over here because weak can did the damage. Just because of that, I put my stop loss below this gap. That even if it fall a bit more, weak is not going to stop me out. And please don't copy my trailing stop loss. I'm just watching how the body is going to close of this gap. So if it close below this gap and then started to go higher, I will start to trail my stop loss, because the plan I have done over here, it's not working according to my plan. So I don't want to hold the trade anymore. If I see the body didn't close below the constant encroachment and started to go higher again, I'll move my stop loss only after closing out this side. First thing, I want to see this body to close above the constant encroachment of this unfilled gap that I was expecting unfilled, but it didn't unfill it. So of course it can dance a bit here for going higher. Trust me, all the retail trader thinking that this is a very strong zone. It can't break this zone. It is going to fall again. They're taking sell here. Lot of sales are happening over there. They're taking sell, 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 sell. Last time, whoever failed to take the sell here, they're going to take the sell around this area. Around every single down close candle, they're taking sell. Every single down close, they're taking sell. I need to see the body close actually. Otherwise, I can't move the stop. The body doesn't close, that's a very bad idea. I mean, trail the stop loss over here. If the body doesn't close out this, I have to wait 16 more minutes. If the body can close, hope it will close. Hope it will close. Oh man, it's really a tough decision. Ah, I'm actually because every single time it's taking the highs, there is a possibility to go for the low. So I don't want to take this risk anymore. $10.07 week C is broken, should go higher. Oh, okay. Thank you. You didn't say it should go lower. Thank you, Suzivan. Okay, well, I hope then it will go higher. This I right? Let's see. So I will just take a partial over there, just above this eye, okay? And I will move my, okay, partial has been taken. Stop loss is at the break even. Break even. If it can hit my maximum target. If any of you are in this trade and if you don't close the trade wherever I showed you the 39 handle, okay, I don't remember where is it. If you don't take the partial over there, it's gonna be your responsibility. Don't copy my trailing stop loss. Don't copy my pyramid trade. Don't copy my anything. Don't copy my trade. Do your own analysis. Take your own decision. Please, it's a request to all of you. I don't know it will work or not, but I have done my level. I have tried my level best to show you how to wait for the setup, how to go for the trade, how to tell. I mean, sorry, how to put the stop loss, why you should put it over there, why you should target some specific area. I just tried my level best. Okay. Now, if it doesn't work, it's really like bad luck. Now, I'm not in a loss. If I get stopped out to the break even right now, I'm not in a loss. I'm at the break even. So I really don't care because my capital is safe. As long as my capital is safe, I'm safe. I believe it will be taken, but if it is not taken, my bad luck. Okay, simply my bad luck. I see, brother. Actually, brother, I I came from Portugal. It was cold over there. In Bangladesh, it's too hot, too hot. So I actually get cold, unfortunately, and it's sick, but not that much. Okay, nothing to worry about, brother. I wish it will take me. Please take me. Take me. Take me. Please, 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 God, for one time. Please, God, please, 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 please. I'll see if it can come over here. Okay, it can come over there. In time, I will take a partial. No, I will not partial over. Just a random partial. Okay, just a random partial. It can take me. Just a random partial. Sorry, guys. I'm making so much noise. Noise actually. Sorry for that. This is just a random partial. I don't know if I have anything over there or not. If you guys can give me any specific level, I can put my limit over there. I just don't want to go back and do the all analysis for taking the partial. I just don't want to do that. I close three micro contract to the most logical level, put my stop loss to the most logical level. I'm happy with that. That weak idea is an extra confidence when holding a position. I love it. I'm also going to love it, brother. I'm also going to love it. Okay, $325 is good. That was really disgusting. Yeah, London close retracing. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I mean, until that. However, guys, I mean, not bad, right? Not bad. Not bad. You took the entry here around this area, and that was run for 56 handle, okay, something like that. So I believe that it's more than enough for being profitable. So we have waited for all of this area. We know what we are looking for, and then finally we took the entry depending on the price action. We have talked about all the things over here, and now this candle just stopped me out. I think it's I mean acceptable. I think so. Okay, by the way, please don't judge me. I don't know, like, I'm not the market maker, so I tried my level best to hold the trade, put my stop loss to the logical levels. In my opinion, it didn't work. I'm cool with that. Maybe it will go higher now, right now, but it's good. So, like 300 something, like $325. Oh, good, not bad, not bad. So in two account, this account got 387 and $325 something. Yeah, I deserve a boom, guys. I deserve a coin. I mean, boom. You don't want to write it down, it's up to you. But I would love to write down boom for me. Good job, Tito. It's not paper trade. So those people who has the complaint, this guy only do the paper trade. He doesn't know how to do the trading. I'm doing my live trading. I got a nice trade on my Eval. I'm done for now. We'll come back in PM session to trade the Eval account. That's cool, Suzivan. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Khurshid, for writing boom, man. Boom. Thank you, Suzivan. Thank you, Spoon. Thank you, man. Sharada, thank you. Jensi, thank you. Is there anyone who were in this trade with me? This is just for asking, okay? Good job. Hey, Z. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. So here, this liquidity has been taken from Dow, and I still believe this market will go higher and take this line. I still believe that, but of course, as I told you, like, there is a gap. There was a gap. That gap was not filled, so it can do a lot of dancing over there before taking this buy side liquidity. Maybe it will wait for the PM session to take this line, but eventually I would love to see this market is going to take this line. That's all is my target. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's all. Unfortunately, I was not able to take this buy from here because of the high time frame period, right? You know, there was an high time, there's no high time frame period, so I missed this buy over here. But I talked about this buy. Don't forget about that. I was never been bearish. I was never been looking for the sell. Just I didn't have the high time frame point of interest, so I let this go. Waited for this reaction from the last fair value gap, send it lower to this last fair value gap to take this liquidity. One more time liquidity taken, closed above this gap, come back again, retested this gap, used it as an inverse gap. Nobody has closed below the concurrent crossment, sent the market higher. As I told, this is going to be taken. I don't know is it is going to be taken right now or not. If I saw the unfilled gap, I knew this is going to be taken. It would never be in on the market if it would leave this gap open. As it didn't do that, this is maybe market is holding this liquidity for a bit more, and then maybe it will be taken. Boom for you, brother. Thank you, Chatur. Spoon, nice T2, thank you, man. Jansi, nice one, T2, thank you, man. Jamil, boom, I got that too. Congratulations, Jamil. You, me, and I believe that Suzivan also was in that trade. We three got the boom. That's cool. Ibrahim, thank you for the boom. Hey, G, T2 is equal to T2. Yes, yes, sir. TITU is equal to T2. Absolutely, brother. Actually, my friend, he gave me this name, T2, shortcut, and I'm using that. T-Dam 3, nice treat. Thank you so much, brother. And I also got some subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. Rest half an hour, like 25 minutes. I want to just read the market, not going to take any other trade. Okay. Would love to see if it can provide another opportunity to for this buy sell liquidity. But remember, I'm not taking any trade. I'll just frame the trade. Not going to take it. I am in profit. Rules is if you are profit, stop trading. That's all. This is the rules. Even if it is like a small profit, just follow that rules. Ah, that candle. Otherwise, it could be a huge boom for this guy. It is what it is. They are my supporter. Okay, these accounts are actually my supporter. They are my support. Don't think this is the losing trade. Okay, I just tried to see that is this account is still alive or not. That's why I just push the button, close the trade. That's why it's showing like some losing loss over there, but it was not a trade, so please don't misunderstand me. Jamie, boom wizard, thank you, Jamie. Thank you so much, brother. I read the market with the price action, with the explanation, with the logic. There was nothing we didn't know. We waited for the setup. We waited for the perfect opportunity. We got the target. We had the target, so not got the target. We go for the trade. Now it would work. It didn't work. We don't care because we follow the rules. That's all, brother. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button. Let me see if I get some likes or not. Okay, I just ask for the likes. Okay, you can say I beg for the like. One of the guy, he's also a YouTuber. He told that I beg for the like. The 77 people watching, 55 likes. Thank you so much, guys, for pushing the like button. I'm not bearish. I'm not thinking this is going to fall for forever. I'm still bullish to think if this liquidity is going to be taken or not. So I'm watching if it can provide another opportunity to look for the buy. No trade for me in my funded account yet. Then don't trade today. It's a true opinion or true true advice for you, brother. Today, like even though I'm expecting the expansion, I'm getting the expansion, but it's still a bit risky with highly volatile. I mean, I'm afraid of this type of candles. Suddenly, this type of candle can appear on the chart. I don't know when and how, but it can appear on the chart today. This is only for today. 11,916 subscriber. Come on, brother. I'm very near to 12,000. I'm so much excited. So much excited. I'm just watching how this market is going to react from this specific bearish gap. At the same time, when I'm marking a gap, okay, I'm explaining why I'm marking that gap. I'm telling you truly, if I know how this gap is going to work, or if I don't know if this gap is like important at all. So this is the learning things, okay? I'm not teaching you anything. I'm sharing my knowledge. You are just listening to me. That's all. But when you are listening, try to listen me very carefully because what I'm doing here I'm doing it with depending on my experience of ICT concepts. I'm not saying I'm a guru, I'm a teacher, I'm nothing. I'm nothing. I'm like you, just a trader. But this is a really awesome opportunity. Please don't miss this. I'm begging you. Please don't miss this opportunity. It's a huge opportunity, man. Nobody is going to do that for you, at least not for free. Good morning, Shachin. Perfect. I will do only challenge. That's cool, Jamie. Trade, funded trade tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is gonna be beautiful. It is not today. Let me see what is happening in daily candle. This is an extremely bullish candle. We knew how far it is going to fall. All of we knew that where the market is going to fall and then where the market is going for. We knew that. If you said I didn't know that, you are lying because I told that yesterday exactly how this market is going to work. Still, if you say I didn't know, that means that you didn't listen to me. This liquidity, this zone, this area, this gap, this daily bullish gap, and finally this line. I'm just not sure about this line by today, but this line, my line, which should be taken by today, this specific line, that should be taken by today. I believe so. Now this 50-minute last fair value gap should work as an inverse gap. That means market is going to use this gap as a support to go for this buy side liquidity. Let's see if it can work like that way. So where is my hard time frame? This is my hard time frame. Not from 1 minute charts, from 15-minute charts. So I'm waiting to see if it can provide me another opportunity to take the buy. I'm not taking it, but I'm just going to see if it can provide another opportunity. I think it's helpful. And please, if you took the buy here, for example, you took the buy and you got stopped out by that candle, don't worry about that. It was your bad luck, because I think Trump tweeted something around that area and this happened. So this is unfortunate. This is called the geopolitical price action. It's not, this candle is never been over here. It's unnecessary manipulation. It's not important over here. It's absolutely unnecessary, illogical. This specific candle which appeared on 1023. That's illogical candle. You'll say, no, brother, Good evening as a neighbor. Yeah, brother. It's 9:11 in Bangladesh, 9:11 p.m. I'm watching if it can be inverse this gap to give me another opportunity to take the buy. I'm not taking this. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm just watching it. To close it, gap. But look at this 50-minute candle. Last fair value gap is going to work as an inverse way. That means this 50-minute candle should not close below the constant encroachment. The wick can go a bit lower because this whole candle that has built this gap as an inverse way, this low should be protected. Okay, so from 1 minute chart you are seeing this small manipulation here. You don't need to worry about that, because you're not going to take entries over there. You're going to wait for this candle to make a setup over there at first, then going for the trade. Question T2, the level 25 to 75 is a valid sell liquidity. Level 25 to 75. This one, this liquidity you are talking about here. Like, look at this. This low has been cleared over here by a shallow run, but this whole zone is a consolidation. It's not building any liquidity inside, sorry, in a area. For example, nice question, Jamie. Nice question. I'm going to remove this opening gap, okay? Because I have a lot of lines over there. I'm going to remove this bottom level as well. When this market started to fall, take this low. Listen to me very carefully, okay? This low is being taken over here and it's falling, falling, falling. It's a very small area where it is trading this last fair value gap, okay? And then it left the liquidity over there. I am gonna see this as my liquidity. But when it has been rejected from there and went higher, now it is trading some specific gap. Remember, this is the origin low of this run, because when this market came to this 50-minute last gap, rejected from there, which is called reaction, send the market lower to take some low that has been taken over here. This low has been taken. Come trade a bullish fair value gap from both 1 minute chart, both 15-minute chart. So this has been traded. Now it built a liquidity here. For example, this low and that low, they're the relatively equal lows. So this low here came a bit lower and make a sell side liquidity over there. Okay, so here this is the low. It's gonna be my sell side liquidity. Why? Because it came here, build a swing low with a swing low liquidity. But when it trade here, didn't build the liquidity here, then went through this area. This is the setup area. I'm watching the gaps over there. If the gaps can hold the market, that gap can be traded thousands of the time. It can build a lot of liquidity over there. I don't care about them, but they are not going to be my target. It's not going to be my target, because this is in the middle of the run. This run here to here, this is in the middle of the run. Liquidity most of the time appear at the bottom or at the top. For example, here I have some buy side liquidity. Okay, not sorry, not there. Oh, it came here and then built some liquidity here, some kind of relatively equal loss. Okay, beautiful relatively equal loss. I don't care about that relatively equal loss, but this relatively equal loss is important to me. It's my sell side liquidity because this is at the bottom of the run, not here. It is not at the bottom of the run. For example, this market didn't fall here. Instead of that, it reversed from there, exactly from there. It reversed from there, and there is some liquidity. I don't care about that liquidity because it's not at the bottom, it's at the middle because the run started from there. Top, fall here, took the liquidity, trade some gap, went higher, retrace, keep going higher. It's not the top of the run, if it make any sense, brother. So if the liquidity was here around there, I would give the highest priority to this liquidity, but not that liquidity as my target. Does it make any sense, brother? By the way, if any of you are waiting for sell, please take the sell. Okay, I'm not interested to take the sell yet because I'm watching this 50-minute last cap is working as a support right yet. I mean, so far. So I want to see if it can hold the market and send it higher. Okay, to be honest, I just need to see the body close above this gap. Now, if I ask you why is that yellow gap, I know every single one of you know why is that yellow gap important. That is the only bearish period. Simple. Make it simple. That is the only bearish period before this buy sell liquidity. So if it is not broken, market simply is not going to fall. Sorry, not going to go and take this liquidity because this bearish period is holding. If it is broken, there is nothing that can stop the market to take this liquidity. You're most welcome, brother Jamie. Okay, I don't think so. There will be anything anymore. I can close the stream right now, right? Anybody has any question? If you have any, please let me know. Otherwise, I would love to close the stream. I'm not sure I'll be back around the PM session or not. If I come, I will come through the Discord live. So if any of you are interested to join our Discord, make sure that you have joined through that link I post on the pin comment. You can click on that link and you can join our free Discord. It's free, free, free. No need to pay me, okay? You will pay me when you will make 200k US dollar. Please pay me something like $10,000. Donate me. I'm a very poor guy. So when you'll make 200k, 200,000, pay me some. The only question that I still have is about pick the correct fair value gap. The only question that I still have is about pick the correct fair value gap. Start with the last and entry fair value gap. Start with that. And then slowly, like none of you asked me the question why this gap. None of you asked me this question. I just told you this gap is broken. I'll take the buy from here. And you all listened to me. But none of you knew that why this gap. If I ask you this question before I close the stream, is there anyone who can give me the exact answer? Why is that gap important? Is there anyone who can give me this answer? Is the last fair value gap? No, last fair value gap should be the bearish gap, right? If I'm watching the last fair value gap, that should be the bearish gap, not the bullish gap. Why this bullish gap is important? I have explained this thousands of the time through my live streaming. No, of course reclaimed gap, but why this reclaimed gap? Why not here? Why not maybe here this bullish gap? Why not other area? Why this bullish gap? No. Is there anyone who knows this exact reply? No. Okay, let me reply you, and then you have to write it down to the comment box. Did I tell this to you before or not? You have to tell that. If you ever see there is a higher time frame point of interest gap, there is a gap that is a higher time frame gap. Okay, just entering while this market is going to enter into this gap, the last gap, before entering for the first time inside the higher time frame gap, the last gap is your most important gap. You can use this gap if you would love to take the sell, if you would love to take the buy. Whatever is going to be your bias, you'll be able to use this gap over there before entering. Entering, okay, entering. I think entering. Entering. Before entering into a high time frame gap, the last gap is going to be the most important gap, either to take buy or sell, whatever you would love to do that. So whenever I'm bullish and I'm seeing that this market is entered into a last gap or any sort of higher time frame gap, then reject it from there, leave this gap open. I mean, just made this gap. Next time when it is going to close above this gap, that's gonna be important to me. Did I talk about that ever? Is there anyone who can confirm? Did I talk about this gap ever? Now, I don't speak about this explanation now these days, right? Because I've already done it. So you have to keep the notes. You have to take the notes. It's your job. Did I ever talk about that? Is there anyone who remembered that I talked about that? I'm waiting for your reply. Is there? Just give me the true opinion if you remember. If you don't remember, just let it go. Because I didn't talk about this just one time. I think continuously I talked about this. Jamie, I don't remember. Okay, brother, no problem. So you didn't listen. It's okay, absolutely perfect. Yes, you have talked about that before. Thank you, Suziban, for confirming that. Kurshi, thank you so much, brother. Anytime you will see that this market is going to enter into a high time frame gap. Okay, I'm just giving you the bullish example. You will think the bearish example. I'm seeing this market is going to enter into a gap that is important to me. The last gap from the lower time frame, which is 1 minute time, is going to be the most important gap to me. For example, I was bearish today. Just I was bearish. I don't know. I mean, just I'm bearish. I'm thinking this sell side liquidity is going to be taken. I'm bearish because market is bearish. I would love to take the sell while this market will go through this gap and tap to this gap. I'll take the sell from this gap. I don't care about anything else over there. I know that this gap is going to hold the market, send it lower. This gap. I'm bullish, so I will wait for this candle to close above this gap and then I'll take the buy from there. Of course, it can go a bit below of this gap. There is no rules that it can't close below the constant crossment or anything, nothing. But this gap is going to hold the market, that's for sure. You have to just look for the lower PDA if you have any lower PDA over there to cover that by your stop loss. That's all. I think you told us about it when you explained about types of fair value gap time ago. Yes, Jamil. Like, yeah, when I was talking about the different type of fair value gap, it was a video. I did make a video or not, I don't remember, but I still remember that I have not only one time, several times I talked about this gap. Whenever this market is going to enter into a high time frame point of interest, just before entering, the last gap is the most important gap. You can use this gap either to take the buy according to your bias or to take sell according to your bias. That's all, brother. Lol, sorry. No, man, you don't need to be sorry. Okay, you just didn't listen it. It's okay, man. I just told you. You will remember that next time. No problem. Let me see if I can find another this is really bad. Let me see if I can find another example. I hate the hindsight, okay, to be honest. It's difficult for me to find the hindsight. This is the 50 meter, right? Let's see. I can. Okay, I think I'll get some sort of example over here, I guess. Let me see if I can find it. This is a gap of 1 minute chart. I don't know that I was bullish here or not. I simply don't know that. All I would love to share, while this market is falling, this is a gap. Okay, I was thinking maybe I'm just taking it like just as example. So before entering into this gap, the last gap which is over here around this area, I want to mark this gap. I'm just going to add the volume imbalance and the volume imbalance. I'm gonna extend it to my right. For the first time, it closed above this gap. I'm gonna believe this gap gonna hold the market, send it higher here. Just before entering into this gap, look, here is a gap. I don't care about this gap. It has been respected over here. Okay, maybe it has closed above this and then tap to this gap, then keep. I don't give a shit. Before entering into this gap, the last gap market left over there. Below this gap, there can be 1000 gap. I don't care about that. Which is maybe inside this gap, below this gap. I don't care about them. All I care about this gap. Now, if I go with the, like the hindsight, you will say, oh, everyone can do that. I don't like to do that. You know that, right? So I love to show you the live example. So if I remember, I'll show this to you again while it will be in live by saying that, look at this, observe this gap, okay, something like that. But this is that type of gap. You can use it. Again, this is, if you ask me why ICT talked about that, I'm sorry, sir. This is my observation. So I want to take it as my observation. This gap is still holding the market, so there is no buying opportunity unfortunately yet. So I believe this is going to be taken by the PM session, not for now. Maybe it will go for this liquidity. I mean, sorry, the Jamie talked about. Maybe it will take this liquidity, maybe it will go for this low, maybe it will come here. I don't know what is going to happen, but I want to see this liquidity to be taken by the PM session by today. Okay, I want to see that. It doesn't mean that it is going to be taken. That is the top of the day. I don't need to catch the top of the day. All I need the run from here to here in this run, sorry, in this length range, in between this range. If I can take the buy here, I'm gonna close the trade over there. If I can take the buy here, I'm gonna close the trade here somewhere. Never ever 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 hold your trade until the extreme liquidity. That was the extreme liquidity. You saw what happened. If I would close the trade over there around this area without holding the trade until this area, of course that is the runner things. Of course you can let the runner go, which I have done. But still, if you don't target the extreme liquidity, here to here, it's more than enough for being profitable, and you are going to get a huge profit around that area. However, okay, I'm taking notes today. No problem, Jamie. Just keep that. Have a good rest of your day, brother. I will come back to watch this portion of your stream again. Thank you. See you later or tomorrow, God willing. See you, brother. I'm also going to close the stream, and thank you so much, guys, for being over here. I'm so sorry because it didn't provide another opportunity. I had just one opportunity. I took that opportunity. That's all. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see if we can do something good tomorrow as well. Okay. So be safe. Don't over leverage. Go with logics. Go with patience. Go with model. Don't gamble. You want to gamble, open a paper account, gamble over there. Whenever you want, gamble over there. You will only take the entry to your funded or the, like the eval account if you are confident about that trade according to your logic. Okay, it doesn't need to be right. You don't need to be right. It can be a losing trade, doesn't matter. But you make sure that even if it is a losing trade, you took that loss depending on following the rules, following the model, following the patience. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here. See you tomorrow. Until then, cheers, guys.